Hey, welcome back to another video. My name is Rushell, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how I learned to stay positive during difficult times. Now, I do have a hot topic for today. Is your glass half empty or half full? Be sure to leave your response in the comment section, and let's get right into this video. According to a study done by Johns Hopkins University, positive thinking can literally save your life, okay? Positive thinking is not only good for your health, but it can save your life. And it honestly and truly saved mine, okay? Now, positive thinking is not, as I said, not only good for your health, but it literally changes your perspective on every single thing. Like your POV just become like from really gloomy to like really bright, like, yeah, it's nice and sunny outside. Now, one of the first things that I had to do on my road to being positive and thinking more positive was to be present, okay? I never realized how important it is to be present. Throughout the day, I used to be super thinking about every single thing, and I was not mindful about anything, okay? I had to take a step back and realize that my mind is doing 100 miles an hour, and it's just bringing me down this gloomy loop, right? And I had to, take a step back, focused on my breathing, and just realized that I need to take one thing at a time. Like, I had to take a step back, tune out all that background noise, and focused on one thing at a time. And it really helped me stay mindful and present, especially if I was in a situation where I felt like someone was attacking me. Instead of me making it about me, when I started becoming more present, I started to look at it from their perspective, from a more positive perspective. Okay, it is not about me, it's actually about them, and why are they feeling that way, And then I was able to move on from the situation with a more positive outlook instead of me harping down and making the situation worse, which I've done a few times. But I forgave myself for that, right? So with that being said, I had to be more mindful of negative self-talk. Okay, I'm pretty sure there are a few people out there like myself who is guilty of just constantly beating themselves up, like just pop, 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 okay? If we was in a fight, you would be jumping me with myself, okay? That's how bad it used to be. And I must say, this is something that stemmed from my childhood personally, where for me, I was surrounded by people who did speak negatively of themselves. So I personally thought it was normal, But then I grew up and I realized, whoa, baby girl, it's okay to have constructive feedback about yourself and what you're doing, but you beating yourself up for gaining a pound or not looking the way that society tells you how to look is not okay. Like, you have already been through so much. There is no need for you to be beating yourself up even more. And once I realized that, I stopped letting my mind spiral out of control, right? And once it stopped spiraling out of control, that's when I started to practice a more positive self-talk, right? It's, just those positive affirmations. I am more than enough. I'm, happy. I'm great. I'm a child of God. I'm blessed. I'm faithful. And those really, really helped me. And then when you tie being mindful of, negative self-talk with being more present, as soon as a negative thought comes in my head, I am able to catch that and turn it more positive, or just kick it out my head completely and be like, you know what, not today, okay? And with that being said, I started to surround myself with positivity. Surround yourself with positivity, okay? I must say, if you are in a situation where it's difficult for you to surround yourself with positivity, you're just gonna have to find the positive in the toxicity, because when you're around toxic environment, or just in that toxic environment period, you start to think negative and behave differently, especially if you're not present and being mindful of what's going on and what you're doing. I'm gonna use work for an instance. Say you're in a job, right? And then your day is going good. You woke up early, made it to the gym, got your coffee, and you even made it a little extra early to work on time just to go to work, and your boss is in a pissy mood, taking out that energy on you, and you just got here. You see what I'm saying? Now, it's quick. If you weren't being present, it would be quick for you to flip your narrative and be negative all day as well, and let that negative energy from the morning affect your whole day. But because you're being present, you remind yourself that everything is good. And even though everybody around you is telling you otherwise, and your thoughts want to tell you otherwise, you're not going to let them affect your positive mood. That's what being present and surrounding yourself with positivity can look like. You see what I'm saying? Even if you're in a toxic environment. Because I'm not going to lie to you, there are days when I'm at work and I'm with my little babies, the kids at work, and they're just doing too much for me, and I want to be negative so bad and just but I'm just like, you know what, they're kids, everything is good, all right, let's get, and then the day just continue going on. And you just have to, especially if it's work, that's the toxic environment, is just to leave that negativity there, okay? If it's somewhere you are that negative just follows you, it's gonna ruin your whole day and your whole atmosphere. You cannot let that affect you. That's something I was guilty of, and I had to stop doing that. Because I was really bringing home negative energy and negative spirits with me, and we don't need that. Next thing I did was to get active, or simply just move my body. Like, I had to increase my self-esteem within myself, and I realized that really helped me stay positive as well. Because I did mention that I was a person that really did negative self-talks about myself. So when I started to boost my self-esteem and how I felt about myself, and increase my relationship with myself, and start having a better relationship with myself, it really gave me a more positive outlook on everything, because I started to believe in myself more, started to realize that everything is gonna be okay. And y'all know, studies have shown 10 minutes outside each day can literally change your life, okay? That sun is not only out there for the plants, it's out there for us too, okay? We are, I'm from the islands, and in the islands, we always outside, okay? We in the sun when we don't even need to be in the sun, okay? So when I moved to America and I started to spend a lot more time inside, it really is depressing, because who wants to be inside all the time? But it just became a norm for me to be inside all the time. And I get it, outside can be really hot, especially if you live in South Florida like me. It's really hot outside sometimes, we don't want to deal with that. But I'm telling you, speaking of my own personal experience, it really helped. And you don't even gotta go outside, okay? You could go to the gym as well. Do anything to just simply move your body and help, increase yourself. You don't even gotta go to the gym. You can do yoga, just anything that you love to do that just, simply will just help you. Another thing is get professional help if needed, okay? If you feel like, I cannot pull myself out of this, I just feel depressed and I just feel like, why me? And, you just feel like it's spiraling and you just can't, please seek professional help. I do. It's great. It's great, okay? Therapy or just talking to someone who's a professional can really help you, okay? Another thing was to have gratitude. Appreciate what I have and show love for the good of things, okay? Not only for me, but just showing my gratitude to others, helping others, okay? And when it comes to gratitude, as I said, you are helping others, but what about your friends, right? I love to show gratitude to my friends, telling them how much I appreciate them, and just keeping that positivity within my circle. That goes back to, that toxic environment. I don't want to be surrounded with people that are thinking negative and constantly negative. So I am going to show gratitude to my friends as well, because if my friends are up, I'm up too. If I'm up, they're up. You see what I'm saying? We gotta bless each other. Okay. Another thing is I have to think solution over problems. It's so easy to ask, why me? Why am I going through this? Why can't I afford this? Why? But when I started to accept the fact that I am not okay, but I'm going to change my circumstances, switch my perspective, okay? That's that positive thinking, y'all. That's that positive thinking. I had to switch my perspective from why me to I'm not okay, but I am going to change, okay? I cannot rely on anyone to make me happy. I had to come to the acceptance that everything is temporary. That is something that I struggled with for a long time, and I still kind of struggle with it, especially when it comes to certain things that you may not want to let go of, right? Let's say like you're in a relationship and you realize, I do have to let go of this relationship because it's toxic and it's not making me positive, it's not lifting me up, we're not building each other up. That can be very difficult, but I had to realize that everything is temporary, and I had to do self-care and do things that can help me solve the problem that I'm in, and not just focus on the negatives all the time. Anything to boost my mood and change my mindset. Another thing is God, okay? I have to put God in there. God really helped me change my perspective on things as well, and help me stay positive, because Romans 8 verse 28 reminds us that all things are for our good, right? Just as a little quick short summary, right? He's doing everything for our good. So once I started replaying that in my mind, even when things don't feel like they're good, even when I feel like my problems are too big, I just know God is not leaving me stranded, okay? If he gets me here, he gonna get me through it, okay? All in all though, it is normal to feel unhappy, but it does not mean that there is nothing you cannot do to change it, okay? If I am telling y'all from experience, 2 years ago, I felt like I could not change anything about how I was feeling, and I didn't even think I would be so positive for sitting here telling you guys how to be positive, because I never thought I could get into that headspace. I didn't even know that I was in that headspace 2 years ago of negative thinking. It was just my norm, right? So everything can change. All I'm telling y'all is don't worry about things you cannot control, okay? And take power over the things you can control. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. Don't worry about the things you can't control, okay? But do take control of the things that you can. And one of those things that you can take control of is your mind and your perspective on everything. So switching that narrative in your head, okay? I'm not gonna live this negative life anymore. I'm gonna switch it to positive, because for me, when I realized that I'm living in the negatives and I started switching to positive, it just seemed like everything was working in my favor. And it was always working in my favor. It was just all about perspective and the goodness of God. So yeah, I really hope you guys took something away from this video. Really hope you learned something. Be sure to leave a like, comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you.